And guys, I just want to, before I go, there's just one thing, one message I want to leave you with. All right, let's see. Let me do this. Can I do this? Here you go. So I just want you all to know, because I know everybody's curious in these weird times. Okay? I want you all to just take a moment and think, what does Ja Rule think about the current situation? And here it is. All right? I mean, honestly, when shit gets really bad, you always got to ask, what? Damn, I wish I knew what Ja Rule would say about this. And here it is, man. Here it is. All right. So with that being said, so yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a weekend stream. Again, we're gonna get our Final Fantasy VI on, and hopefully get a nice extra long stream, because I love this game. I love these series. I love all the Final Fantasy games. You wonder how he feels about being an internet meme? I don't know. Let's see. Did anybody ask him? Oh, here you go. Maybe this is it. That's probably how he feels about That's probably how he feels about it. But yeah, seriously though, like the past few days have been pretty friggin' wacky. I always am a fan of peace. I don't think anybody wins any war ever. And it's always a bunch of presidents telling their civilians to put on a fucking helmet and go out there with a gun. While these presidents just sit in their palaces and do whatever. It's some bullshit. In the end, the only people that win are like oligarchs and oil barons, and the old military-industrial complex. It's fucking stupid. And I wish at some point everybody would just put down their damn guns and realize that, like, they're fighting for nothing. They're like fighting for some lunatic with small pee-pee. He's got small pee-pee. There's a lot of small pee-pee energy going around in Eastern Europe right now, and it's really sad. But seriously, like, it sucks because it's always in the back of my mind. I don't like to talk about this kind of stuff too much because I feel like at this point, honestly, like nobody cares like what I think. Like, in the grand scheme of things, it's just like the same joke as like what does Ja Rule think? It's like I came here to watch you play Final Fantasy and discuss, war or whatever. And it's like I don't think it's politics. I just think it's like it's just stupid at this point. Like, look at what happened after World War II. Like, I mean, you can make the argument that like our industrial revolution or whatever, or our like we gained through that, but I don't know, man. I disagree. I think if anything, it's going to be the wrong people getting rich, just like they've always. It's so weird too, man. It's like I see people, like even the president of like Ukraine, he's just like, I tried talking to Putin and it's useless. I'm just going to talk to you guys. Like, you guys, like, you soldiers, like you've been lied to and et cetera, et cetera. It's crazy, man. Yeah, that's the thing. Like it's weird. Like I don't care about politics and all that stuff, but I am just like I'm very. I do care about politics, but I should say that I no longer wish to spout it out on social media because I feel like when I did do that, it didn't have any positive outcome. It was just kind of like me shouting. Yeah. I am definitely definitely concerned about the people of Ukraine. I mean, they've been how long have they been a country, man? They've been a country for like decades now. And now like they got to start over, dude. Yeah, oh Zordon, yeah, you were at the Philly thing, right? That's awesome, man. Good on you. Definitely. You know. Yeah, definitely show your support, and I'm extremely anti-war. I think we have so many problems right now that like war right now. We just don't need it, man. We just really don't need it right now. Like seriously, we literally like we haven't even really gotten out of the pandemic. Like honestly, like it like if this is the end of the pandemic, it's like barely ended. You know what I mean? It's like it's still like there kinda. It's less scary than it was in the beginning, sure. But like it's not even gone yet, and now we have like this shit. It's like it's one of those things where like you wake up in the morning and you're just not like, oh no, a war, oh my god, oh the humanity. It's just like not this shit again. You know what I mean? Like you just wake up, you're like, come on, like it's just can you just like fucking read the room, Putin? Like seriously, like nobody wants that shit right now. Nobody. But yeah, man, it sucks. So it's like we officially have two of the horsemen of the apocalypse riding around the world right now. And we out here. But yeah, man. I don't have any inspirational or motivational insight to that. All I can say is I'm just like very anti-war. And especially when anybody starts talking about nuclear war. The moment you say that, I'm just like, well, now the whole world needs to get involved because the whole world is affected by that. You shoveled a shit ton. That was your exercise. Yeah, you worked out your knees, bruh. Sorry, that was inappropriate. Before 514 said that he was shoveling and busted his kneecaps. You're not necessarily anti-war, but you're anti-justifying a war by claiming a Jew is neo-Nazi. Yeah. That word gets thrown around so much, dude. Like, Nazi gets just thrown around like... It's like, hey, man, make sure to wash your hands after you use the toilet before you handle my food. You're just like the Nazis, man. What about my freedom? This place is like the Third Reich, man. Like, yeah, the current Russian government. Well, yeah, that I mean, that's one of the scariest things about it, right? Is like they're kind of doing the like the whole projecting thing where they're calling them Nazis while they are doing the Nazi stuff. But I mean, my point is like the word is like losing meaning. Like people are just using it for like everything. And it's like, no, that word actually does have a meaning, like pretty significant historical meaning. So it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. That's definitely no reason. I mean, and look, I saw, I saw the Soviet Empire and like all their borders, like where they actually, like all the borders are. And if that's what Putin wants, then it's going to be a really, really bad war, because he's going to want like Norway and shit. It hasn't lost its meaning. Well, I mean, it kind of has, though, when you have like members of like the U.S. Senate and Congress calling each other Nazis and wearing Star of David's. I mean, that's grotesque. Like, I'm not saying it lost its meaning, like the meaning is gone. I'm saying it gets used inappropriately. Although, here you go. Here's something to think about, though. I just noticed Ja Rule's description on his hold on, let me see. Let's see. This is actually this is his actual description on his Twitter. This is great. What the fuck, dude? Ja Rule is a treasure trove of wonder and splendor. All right. Well, that being said, man, I don't know why I brought that up at the last minute. The whole fucking war thing. It's just, I guess it's like the elephant in the room, that it's like seriously like trying to stream and act like the entire planet isn't watching this happen. And I guess I just had to let you guys know where my thoughts were on it. And I'm just very anti-war. And especially anti-nuclear war, because that's one of those poisoning the well type things. Like if you drop a nuclear bomb, like the whole planet gets screwed up. Like, I don't understand why people don't respect that. Like, when you blow up a nuclear bomb, like you send chemicals into like the ozone and shit, and it goes around the whole world. Like, you can still see the area in the ozone from where like the Japanese nukes went off from World War II. Like, a couple more of those, we're not gonna have an ozone layer, dude, and we're gonna be like you think global warming is bad now? Like, that's gonna fast forward it decades. Yeah, they did the Chernobyl thing. Yeah, they took over Chernobyl. I was reading that, not that this makes it any better, but I was reading that Chernobyl is like a strategic point to get to another point. So it's like, it wasn't a target. It was something that it was like an ABC move, and Chernobyl was B. And so they did that, and that doesn't like make it good or anything, but I guess my point is they weren't looking to unleash nuclear waste at this time. But I mean, they might anyway. That's what sucks, man. Like, they don't realize that shit's gonna affect the whole planet, dude. And I don't understand why, I do understand why, but like, you got to think, man, like, the only reason that we don't stop them is because of mutually assured destruction, right? It's one of those things between the United States and Russia, is we both have enough nukes to end the entire human race. And like, the only agreement that US and Russia has is we're not going to nuke each other, because as soon as we do, like, the world is just going to end. And right now Russia is swinging its dick around. You're disturbed because most Russians captured look like teenagers in early 20s. I mean, teenagers in 20s are U.S. soldiers too. That's the age. That's when they go in, man. That's when they don't know any better. They think the government's gonna pay for their, their well-being in the future when they get out. I'll tell you this much: living in New York, and working in New York, the last few years, the streets are lined with homeless veterans. All right, so nothing more confusing to me than when I'm in Penn Station and I just see like this 20-something-year-old kid that just came in off a train. He just came in from like Afghanistan. Because this was a couple of years ago. He just comes in. He's finally on leave or finally left the military, and he just has to walk around these veterans that are laying on the ground. So like, what are you getting? It's fucked up, man. And what are you gonna do though? Tell everybody to quit, and then there's gonna be like a draft. The Russian army is in Kiev. I don't know how to pronounce these words properly, and I don't want to sound disrespectful or nothing, but I just don't know how to pronounce it. But yeah, so that's kind of where I stand. I'm just anti-war, anti-destruction, and all that shit. Like, honestly, anything that you can do, you can settle it, through peaceful means, whether it's trade, compromise, show some intelligence, But they're a different culture, I guess. Over there's a reason why Putin is president. It's the same reason why Trump was elected president here. It's like he's got that fake like masculinity. It's like, oh, this is a real man. He doesn't take shit from anybody. Oh, this is a guy, he doesn't take shit from anybody. Like he says what's on his mind and all that stuff. And if you don't agree with him, then we're gonna drop the hammer on you. And it's like, yeah, that's kind of not how governing works anymore. We're not a bunch of apes, right? Putin has to win or he's getting hanged. Well, you know what? Here's the thing, though. I said the same thing about Trump, and he's just golfing in Mar-a-Lago, still living life like a billionaire. There's no consequence, because the people that want you to stop, they want peace. So they know that if they just hang you, it's gonna be like, oh, like a new declaration of war, and it's just gonna create another generation of like angry people. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, Putin's own people are going to kill him. Like, even if he wins at some point, something's going to happen. Like, it's going to go down. There's no doubt in my mind. Like, he definitely pissed off way too many people. The situation is very different. 3,000 plus Russians are already dead. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how anybody could say this isn't war yet. Like, well, because he didn't hit a NATO country, it's not war. Like, I don't understand that. I think, like, to constantly say, "Hey, Putin, don't do this, or you're gonna be in big trouble, Mister." Like, he's already in big trouble, right? Like, didn't he? Like, he already kind of do it. And we're chasing him around with the rule book, like, you can't do that, and he's doing it. And we're flapping the rule book in the air. Hey, you can't do that. You can't go over here. You can't go over. It's a fucking invasion, dude. He knows he can't go there, and he's going, and he's saying you're not going to do shit about it, and you're not doing shit about it. You're reminding him that he's invading. He's telling you that he's invading. Well, like, what? I don't understand what the. I'll never get it. The only thing I could say is, like, whenever something doesn't make sense, it means somebody's making too much money off of it the way it is, and that's why it needs to stay that way. And that's I'm 99% of the time I'm right about that. Oh yeah, the Swift, that's the gas deal they have with Europe, right? Yeah, their stock market is down. Their all their bank accounts are frozen. Like they can't even like move money around in Russia right now. Yeah, it's. I mean, they fucked themselves, man. They tried to. He tried to go. He tried to go. You know, go medieval, but we're in 21st century. You know, and like you can't go medieval. You know, you gotta go 21st century war, which I thought they would because you know he has the cyber, you know, the cyber hacking things down and everything. So I was like, oh yeah, he's definitely gonna do it. You know, he's gonna shut off all our power. He's gonna shut off all our internet, and it's gonna get scary. You know, and instead he just shows up with tanks and starts like running over families. Yeah, you're really gonna get everybody to respect your claim to, you know, manifest. You know, it's I don't understand. Maybe Putin thinks Trump is still president or something. I don't know. That might be part of it. Yeah, cyber attacks. Yeah, cyber attacks would count as an attack. I would say right now that is definitely something I'm 100% like behind. If you if while doing this, all of a sudden, spontaneously, like our like infrastructure network starts getting like hacking attempts and stuff like that, and cyber attacks. 100%, I think that counts as you attacking us, right? Because what's that going to do? It's going to cause us to go into hysteria. It's going to be people running around trying to fill up their generators and shit, right? Like, I mean, that's what always happens. What's that phrase? Hold on. I'm trying to think. I want to get the quote right. Let's see. I wish it need not have happened in my time, said Frodo. So do I, said Gandalf, and so do all who live to see such times. That is not for them to decide. Yeah, so that's where I'm at with the whole thing. God damn. Yeah, it sucks, man. Very stressful for everybody, you know. It's heartbreaking to see it happen. But yeah, this is why I didn't want to bring it up, because I knew I could go on for hours about this shit. A Russian victory is meaningless. It really, well, I think the phrase that was used was for Russia to start this war by attacking the Ukraine was basically them swallowing a porcupine. Like, you're gonna get nothing out of it except, you know, it's going to choke you from the inside, and that's exactly what's happening, you know, because like, first of all, like the Ukrainians, they're not pussies, you know. That's not like, it's not, you're not like going in and attacking like a bunch of like people that won't defend themselves, that are just gonna like lift up their skirts and let you in, you know. Like they literally just said, all right, all the women go to Poland, all the men grab a gun. You know, you got this guy, the Ghost of Kiev. He's just flying around in a fighter jet, shooting down Russians. You know, you got like, you literally got old babas, like walking the streets telling the Russian soldiers to go fuck themselves. It's like, my favorite one was like one of them showed up and they gave them a handful of sunflower seeds, and she was just like, put them in your pocket so when you die on our soil, you're gonna get you're gonna plant some sunflowers. I was like, God damn, fucking wrecked, dude. But yeah, like, yeah, that's pretty much where it's at. Like I said, I didn't want to bring it up because I knew it would get me all like fired up, and I'd end up sitting here for another half hour, and that's exactly what happened. But at the same time, like, how do you not think about this? You know, everybody's got to be thinking about it. Like, there's not one person on this planet that can say that this doesn't affect them. You know, like, that's like, it's crazy. It's crazy because like we're all kind of involved. Like globalization is definitely a thing, you know. And when something like this happens, man, like everybody like has to turn their head and look. You know, it's like, yo, what's going on over here? You know, because it's like, oh, you know, this is where we get our gas, or this is where half of our economy lives, or, you know, this is where, you know. Well, first of all, I mean, it's where people live, you know, it's like, it's a country. This isn't just like empty land. A dude's like leveling a country. Yeah, so yeah, it can't be ignored. It can't, and it can't allow him to succeed. Even if he succeeds, like even just gets that hollow victory and takes the Ukraine. I mean, I don't see him going anywhere from there. Like, his next step would be to attack a surrounding NATO country. And that's not going to end well, is it? For anybody. I mean, like, that's not even me, like, trying to sound threatening. You know? I'm not trying to sound threatening. I'm not trying to be like, you're going to get your ass kicked, man. It's like, no. It's like, you're you know, like, we're all in this planet together, and you're just, like, lighting fires everywhere. Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, seriously, I am, believe it or not, optimistic. I am optimistic. Yeah, exactly. Can they hold Kiev? I don't think so. I don't think they can. I really don't think I don't think anything he's doing is sustainable. It's one of those things where like the entire population has spoken, and nobody in the world agrees with what he's going for. Like the boundaries that he wants, like the Russian Empire boundaries to come back. Like literally nobody in the globe agrees with those boundaries. That's why they were changed. You know, I have an old globe too, like from when I was a kid, that still has the Soviet Union on it. It's so funny, or it has USSR or whatever. And it's like, I mean, if he wants all that land back, he's got to declare like a world war. Like, there's no way he could just take that land back just because he wants it, right? But I mean, we'll see. Like I said, I am optimistic. I'm optimistic, one, that he's not even going to be successful in the Ukraine. Sadly, this is just a big waste of time and a big waste of human life, because people have already died for it, you know? There's people dying. Thousands. Would the U.S. defend Poland? Yes. I'm 100% certain they would. Absolutely. Because after that, you're bordering Germany. Right? Once you're in Poland, you have Germany. I gotta look at the map, but yeah, that's you can't do that. You can't. You definitely. we see what happens when people invade Poland, where their mind's at. You know what I mean? So I don't see that going well. Yeah, well, he's going to do what Trump did when Trump lost the election. He's going to throw as many wrenches in the air, and hope it hits as many things and breaks as many things on his way out, That's their motive. They have this fake masculinity, this fake bravado that like they're big cowboys and big man, and they try to do something, but they're fucking stupid, and their strategy doesn't work, and nobody on the planet likes them, and everybody's like, all right, we all just want you gone. Okay, thanks, bye. And they just flail around and break shit. Like, honestly, that's all Trump did. The whole last couple of weeks of Trump's presidency was just basically him like speed running, like how to fuck shit up as fast as possible, right? What does Russia do if they actually take Kiev? They can't. Like I said, they don't have a leg to stand on. I mean, that's like taking. If they take Kiev, all they will really do is make themselves a target, because now we know exactly where they are. Like right now, it's like, oh, like where they come from, where's the lineup and everything. Now it's like, okay, you're on somebody else's soil, and this is your this is your kind of. Look, I'm no war scientist or anything like that. But I mean, I could just kind of see that like there's really nothing happening here except needless destruction. It's fucked up, man. And like we don't need this right now. Like nobody needs this. Like we're literally like I'm going to say, like, as far as the pandemic goes and COVID and everything, the possibility of a new variant is still there. It's not as likely, but it's still there. So I'm still under the mindset that we're still in a pandemic. And then to wake up and see this happen. Yeah, I mean, nobody's going to drop them supplies. Right? Once what I think is going to happen, well, I don't even think it's going to happen. It did happen. Is we're all going to put all of our armies, it's going to be European countries' armies, the United States armies and everything. They're all going to be in Poland. They're going to be in NATO countries. We're all going to fill the area up, and we're just going to wait for the slightest inkling of aggression on soil that we are contractually obligated to defend. And at that point, everybody's fucked, because it's going to turn into a real firefight. But I don't know. I think the Ukraine is a sovereign nation, as does most of the world. And I think there's no reason they should have been pushed out of their country. I think that's their country, their land, all that stuff. Possession is like 9/10 of the law, right? They're living there. They got their shit there. So we'll see how it plays out. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll do more Final Fantasy. But I just wanted to air this out because I know it's definitely on my mind. It's on everybody's mind. It's an elephant in the room. I know people sometimes watch Twitch to escape, but at this time, I think with something of this scale, of this caliber, to try and find escapism by ignoring it, you're deluded. The amount of detachment you need to have right now to act like nothing's going on outside your Twitch stream is it's dangerous. The amount of detachment you would have to be a total sociopath to be able to distance yourself from that. You really would, you know. So, you know, I honestly, like, I salute any streamers on Twitch that are just trying to be hype. Let's go, hype. Let's go. Elden Ring's hype. 24 hours of Elden Ring's hype. Let's go. Yeah, good for you, dude. But like, a reality check is like, everybody's kind of just like fucked up by all this, you know? Kazakhstan refused to supply Russia with troops, denied the legitimacy of the breakaway regions. Absolutely. The only person that recognized the legitimacy of breakaway regions is Russia. And not even Russia, it's just Putin. Like, half of Russia is protesting the damn war. You know, whether they're out in the streets protesting or they're on Reddit looking for a place to go. Like, I mean, how many threads did you see today? If you've been on Reddit, how many threads did you see? You know, 25-year-old from Russia. I have a degree in so-and-so. I'm looking for asylum. You know, it's like everybody, like, they're all just bouncing, man. Nobody wants that shit. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to live in a place where, like, you have a madman as your leader. You know, why would Russians want to massively downgrade their standard of living to accomplish a task that will massively downgrade their standard of living? And I have one answer. It's the only answer. And it can happen anywhere. And it's propaganda. They've been told their whole lives to believe a certain thing, a certain way. And you know what? A large enough percentage of the people, they eat that shit up. They believe it. Same thing happens in the States. I mean, people are fed propaganda their whole lives, you know, to the point where it's like, to even think that you should be entitled to health care or something like that. You know, it's like, how dare you? You lowly scum. How dare you think that you're entitled to health care in this country? That is a luxury. God damn it. Putin wanted Kazakhstan as meat shields. Yeah, definitely. I mean, everybody saw through that shit. Everybody saw right through that shit. Like, anybody that he asked for help, they're going to say no, man. Like, the entire globe, literally everybody, even the people that are Russian allies, don't agree with this action. They don't, like, China even is like, you know, they cut off like a large amount. There was a large amount of, like, I read into it a little bit, but Russia has a weird agreement with you know, China, like, economics wise, and China is not obligated to deal with Russia with a certain percentage that would account for the US dollar, but they are required to you know, work with them with the yuan. So they cut off the US dollar from them, so their anything they get from China has been reduced by like 60%. You see Belarus may be helping. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, but the only places that might join are places that are already kind of fucked. You know, places that already have conflict, like, within. Like, I feel like if Belarus tries to help him, it's gonna turn into a civil war in Belarus. Yo, Angel Rose, you came in just in time. I'm about to sign off I brought up, current events because it's hard to ignore what's going on in the world, and I just want to let you guys know it's cool to talk about it. I'm not going to be like, hey man, don't kill my vibe. During Final Fantasy, I mean, sure, we could all just chill, listen to the music and all that stuff, but usually at the end of a stream, I do make sure I have a few minutes if there's anything to talk about, to just sit and chill and talk. So that's what we're doing now. But yeah, I'll be honest, my current political science knowledge is pretty low. My wife is a little bit more knowledgeable in political science. And by a little bit, I mean like exponentially more than me. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know much about Belarus, Lukashenko. But I do recall that Belarus is not currently standing on both legs right now. They're like, last I remember, there was internal conflicts there, wasn't there? Like they're having a hard time just being themselves. So how are they going to support Russia in this conquest, Captured soldier interviews are depressing. Yeah, I can imagine. I haven't watched anything like that. Unfortunately, when you're on Reddit, sometimes like your eyes will catch something and it's like, I really wish I didn't see that, but it's like at the same time, it's like, well, it doesn't matter if you want to see it or not. It happened. And it was, now with cell phone pictures and everything, I've seen like vehicles pulled over and like just families laid out in the street, like shot. Like they literally shot families that were just leaving the country. They were just like, you know what? I don't want this smoke. I'm out. I'm taking my family. I'm going to go get asylum somewhere else. And they were stopped and killed. Like, you tell me that, like, how is that peace? How is that peaceful? Like, what? Like, I don't understand how you could see that and be like, oh, well, let's just do some sanctions. I mean, like, yeah, it's like, dude, the sanctions is going to make this not sustainable, but at the same time, it's definitely not reducing deaths. It's kind of like, oh yeah, we'll cut off your air supply, not thinking that there's like several thousand people live there, and you've cut off their air supply too, and you've like left them alone in a country of invading troops. But hey, like I said, not a poli-sci major. I don't really know what I'm talking about here. I just kind of react to what I see, and I'm just talking from a person who just favors peace and amicable living arrangements. Like I believe we descended from animals. There was a time where we just lived in harmony with the planet, and granted, there were tribes even back then, but like, I feel like, I don't know, times have changed. I think we should kind of get out of that. We should try to live more in harmony, and get this to get like cut the shit. You know what I mean? Because this is just bringing us right back to like 100 years ago. Like, we're no better now than we were 100 years ago. We're worse. Shit. Cool. Have I tried hot yoga? Wow, that was a weird change of that was a real change of topics, but I will say I've tried several forms of yoga and none of it sticks. For whatever reason, when I try to hold my position, like standing still and breathing, whenever I try to do something like that, I get extremely, what's the word? Anxious? You did hot yoga once? Yeah. Yeah, well, group yoga, yeah, it's just basically everybody just farting in each other's face, isn't it? Isn't that what it is? Like everybody just bending their bodies. You're having back problems. Have you tried DDP yoga? I could recommend that because I've seen that work. And also you could do it at home, so you don't really have to like have people farting in your face. That's it's always a plus. Yeah, hot yoga is basically what they just turn on like a humidifier and it's like steam, right? Like you just you do yoga in steam. Yeah, fuck that. DDP yoga doesn't work? Doesn't work for you, or like you don't like it? That's two different things, because I can't see it not working. I think it's adjustable. You know, you change things up. If it's not working one way, you do it another. They raise the temperature to 100 degrees. Yeah. I can't do that. Jesus Christ. My goal when I work out is to try not to sweat. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I mean, yoga in general, like I said, is not for me. Whenever I try to like hold my position, like do like a T pose for like 20 seconds, I get like 5 seconds in, and I'm like, can I move? Can I move? I don't like that like feeling of being suspended in air, you know? I like movement. I've been doing running lately. I've been doing about a mile and a half in like I want to say like 10 minutes or so, which is pretty good compared to where I was at. I have like a path that I jog. It's about a mile and a half. It takes me about 10 minutes. I run for most of it. I take a breather and I walk a little bit, and then I finish it off with another run. A beer and an ice cream sandwich. You know what? That was me last night, dude. Last night I was under a lot of stress and I had a lot going on, and I went into the cabinet and I just grabbed some milk and cookies and just sat there and wallowed in my own crapulence and ate milk and cookies. But my motto when it comes to that kind of stuff is, if it happens, it happens. Let it happen and just move on. Just keep going. You know? Like what usually happens when somebody does something like that, it's like they're just like, well, that's it. My diet's over. My all my hard work is over. I'm just going back to normal. Nah, just do it. Get it out of your system. Do it, whatever it was that you craved, whether it was sweets or like a steak or a cheesesteak or burger. You know, get it, do it, and then just wake up the next day and go right back to where you were with your diet, and you won't even notice most of the time. Like that one slip up, even if it's like a couple of days long, like you have a couple of days where you just eat crap. I noticed it doesn't stick around. Like if it takes an unhealthy lifestyle to mess you up. One or two slip ups here and there, you're good. CrossFit 22.1. Not too familiar. I'm not too familiar with what CrossFit, what exactly you do. I have a cousin that does CrossFit, and he posts some of it. It looks like a lot of kettlebell stuff and a lot of, you know, a lot of body movement and stuff like that, which is cool. I never actually did CrossFit myself, but there it is. Let's see. Let's see. As many rounds as possible in 15 minutes. 3 wall walks, 12 dumbbell snatches, 15 box jump overs. Let me see. What's a wall walk? I'm going to watch this video. Hold up. Let me pop this up. Oh, whoops, hold on. I just opened it in the wrong window. Hold on. There it is. All right, let's see. What is a wall walk? Oh, okay. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna try that. I could do those. Damn! Look at her thighs. That's one of the things that sucks, man. Is like when I lose weight, I lose it in the wrong spots, man. I'm not losing it in my stomach. I'm losing it in my arms and legs. Like, so you saw how big her legs are? Like, that's what my legs looked like when I was like, 230. And I'm losing weight and I'm keeping my gut, but I'm losing that leg strength. Yeah, you see, I have the gear to do this too. I don't know why I don't do this. I totally could do all this. Yeah, you know what? Maybe one day I will. I'll just let me save. I'm gonna save that. Let's see. Can I just wait? What? Let's see. I'm gonna copy, and I'm gonna send it to myself in Discord. Let's see. In general, I'm just gonna paste it in general. Boom. I'm gonna check that out. Because for a long time, I never tried CrossFit because I was like, it's not for me, it's not for me. But, the more I see it, the more I'm like, you know what? That's stuff that, like, you can do. Yeah, like in my little garage gym, I could just, bang those out, those things I saw in that video. Yeah, well, I mean, it says do as many as you can in 15 minutes. I mean, I would love to do a 15-minute workout. Like, that's one of my biggest things, man, is time. Like, I want to be as efficient as possible because I don't have a lot of time, and it sucks. But it's just the facts of life. As you get older, you just don't have as much time to do the things that you wanted to do, Oh yeah, elitists. I never even. I don't even bother. You stopped playing video games as you got older. Honestly, other than my stream, I really don't play that much. It's part of the reason I like to stream so much is I feel like it gives me a focus where I could sit down and I could actually be like, yeah, I want to play Final Fantasy VI. I want to beat the game. I don't want to just play it once and put it down. You know, I want to get through it. You know, and the good thing about it is, if you're a fan of JRPGs like I am, you've definitely reached a point in your life at some time where you started a game, got like 3 or 4 hours into it, put it down, came back and forgot where you were to the point where you just wanted to start over. With the stream, I could go watch my VODs and just kind of see where I was, you know, and just see the last things that happened and be like, oh yeah, that's where I left off. And then just, you know, pick up the game and I could kind of get back into it a little bit better. But yeah, I'm the same. I don't play a lot of video games. I tried to play Pokemon Arceus. That didn't stick really. It started getting tedious going out and doing the same thing over and over again. I want to play Horizon Zero Dawn. I still have that game. Haven't even opened it. I want to play it. But yeah, mostly on my free time. Like, no lie, when I do play video games and I'm not streaming, it's usually Doom. Even though when I stream, I play a lot of Doom. I play a lot of Doom when I'm not streaming too, because I love that game. It's so much fun. All right, guys. I've actually exceeded my my post stream time. So I am out of time. Thank you all for hanging out and talking with me. That was a lot of fun. It was good to air out a little bit and let you know how I was feeling, hear how you guys are feeling. Remember, it's okay to disagree here. I have no problem with disagreeing as long as people aren't attacking each other. Always attack the problems, never attack each other, you know. And I like the discussions, and I like hearing other perspectives, because honestly, like I only know what I feel, you know. I don't study this shit. I just kind of see it happen and I react to it, and you know, if there's something that confuses me, I look it up, but like, you know, that's not the same as being immersed in it, you know. So on that note, guys, you have a great night. I hope I see you tomorrow. We'll do a nice long Final Fantasy stream. Final Fantasy VI. And if not tomorrow's Saturday. If not tomorrow, then Sunday. But I definitely want to get a long stream in. But not if I'm going to be low energy. If I get to like this time tomorrow and I feel like shit, I don't want to do a low energy stream, because that sucks too. So either tomorrow or Sunday. All right, guys. Much love, and I'll see you then. Bye.